Have you ever thought about this? Like, what does the reindeer says? Like, noise does it make? Never thought about that, but now I'm kind of thinking about it. Hello beautiful bookworms! My name is Katrina and welcome to my channel. So today I have another TBR announcement for you, and as you are probably seeing, I'm going to participate in 2 readathons. So I'm going to leave the link down below to a very merry readathon that I hope that you guys can participate as well and that I will be participating to, but this video is to talk about a very completely different readathon, a very completely great English today. So if you haven't seen Jasmine from Novel Thoughts, and I'll leave the link to her channel down below so you can go and watch the announcement video, which will probably be better of what I'm doing here, as just recently announced that she's going to do a holiday adventureathon, which is going to be kind of the same that she did for Halloween, but with a holiday theme. So what is this? You do your own adventure through a map that I'm going to leave linked down below also so that you can follow my path and also choose your own if you want to participate. You have a map and you want to go from down of the map to up, and once you reach up you have some characters, some Christmassy characters because it's the holidays, and you have to choose one of the characters if you want to participate in this theme event that's going to happen, which is kind of like the House Cup for Harry Potter but with little creatures from Christmas. So, as you may have guessed, my creature is a reindeer, so I did my entire path from down upwards until the reindeer character, which you will see if you go click on the link down below. And so you have 7 challenges, and you have to read 7 books, which probably is not going to happen, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my TBR, and good luck to all my reindeers out there that are trying so very hard to win this challenge. Also, I forgot to say that this readathon goes from the 13th of December to the 24th of December, I believe. So you have more than 1 week, kind of, to read all of these 7 books. So it's probably possible if we just go forward with this. And I know that I'm being so very optimistical right now because I don't have a lot of time for this, but I really want to participate because Jasmine's ideas are amazing, and I just hope that she continues to do these maps with these paths and these cute creatures because this is just so cool, guys. So cool. You have to go and see it. So, to start my TBR, the first challenge, the challenge that anyone and everyone gets, is presents. Read a book that you got as a gift. And for that one, I'm going to read a very recent one that you probably saw on my November book haul, which is Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. And this was gifted to me by my boyfriend, as most of the books that are around me right now. And I really want to read this because I really want to finish a trilogy. And yeah, I really want to read this. This is the 3rd book to the Miss Peregrine's Homes for Peculiar Children. I can't believe that I said that in one sentence, just amazing. And I read the first 2 books. The first one wasn't really my thing, but I was a little bit curious, and the second one I really adored because I think it got a little bit more action-packed and a little bit more creepy, and with sort of difficult decisions and a great group of characters that you didn't see enough of in the first one. So I really want to know what happened after the ending of the second book because it was a cool cliffhanger that I really want to see what is going on. So this is the first book that I'm going to read, and as you can probably see, it has, I think, 400 pages? Well, 419, and I had to look pretty closely so I don't spoil myself for the ending. 419 pages, so starting real nice. Then for the second challenge upward is Star. Read a book with a metallic cover, and I decided to read Into the Water by Paula Hawkins, and this doesn't look very metallic, but these letters, like the author name, it kind of looks metallic, doesn't it? So that's the only reason that I'm reading this, and because I want to read it, obviously, because I don't have any other metallic books, so this is going to count as metallic, and I'm sorry if I'm blinding you all, but it's gonna count. And this is supposed to be a thriller, so it's pretty cool just to go from autumn to winter and just read it. I think it's about this girl that ends up dead. Yeah, I will see when I read it. I'm sorry for not giving a good synopsis of this. So for the third challenge, it is Wish. Read a fairy tale retelling. And I don't have fairy tale retellings, which is kind of weird because I love fairy tale retellings, but I haven't been getting them for a while, so I'm kind of reading sort of a fairy tale that is not as known as other fairy tales, and that is The Nights of 1,000 Nights. I think that's how you translate this, because this is not the 1,000 Nights story. This is what happens next, and I do believe it's by the same author. So that's really cool because I've never heard anyone talking about the story of what happens after Scheherazade just survives the entire night with the Sultan or whatever he is. And I just know that she survived, and you never know what happens next, like what she's going to do now. Is she still getting married with him? Like, what's going on in the story? And I really want to read this. It's kind of a fairy tale-ish thing. It's kind of small also, and yeah, since I don't have any fairy tale retellings, which is such a disappointment for me because I love fairy tales. Fairy tales, yeah. Then for number 4, it is cocktails. Read a book while drinking a festive beverage. And although we here don't have a really big festive beverage, I normally drink hot chocolate in winter and in like Christmas and stuff like that. So I decided to read something really short that could go with with reading. So yeah, I'm going to read Malinche by Laura Esquivel, and yeah, I hope that I enjoy this. I think that this is about the colonization. Yeah, I think it's about colonization of Indians. I am not really sure, but I will probably know that when I read it. And it's really short, and I probably can read it while sipping some hot chocolate, but I'm not sure if I can read this with 1 cup of hot chocolate, so I'm gonna get fat this holidays. For the 5th challenge is Naughty, and it is read a book that was a cover by. And I was a little bit naughty with the book that I chose because the book wasn't a cover by per se, it was a given cover book. A cover received book. Well, something like that. I didn't buy this book for myself, but it was given to me because of the cover, because it was beautiful, and probably because of the story as well. And that is Happiness by Shuzo Oshimi. This is so hard to say, like, you have no idea. And I do believe this is a story about this girl that is supposed to be a vampire. Like, it's not very difficult to understand that because of the blood on her face and the back saying the thirst, which is probably that. And about this school kid that, I don't know, maybe crosses paths with her. I have no idea, I have to read to know. But look at this cover. Like, seriously, look at this cover. And the back is the continuation of the hoodie that she's wearing. It's just so beautiful. And I know that I haven't bought this and it was gifted to me, but I'm being naughty here. This is a cover by everybody, so deal with it. For the next challenge, it is the 6th challenge, Jolly, and it says read a book with the word holiday in the title. And I think that I said this in my other readathon TBR, but I don't have books with holiday in the title or that are about holidays or something like that, because I don't read a lot of that and I don't particularly care about that. And I know that normally that would be a disadvantage, but I decided to twist this around and just read a book that feels like holidays to me. And I'll proceed to explain that as I did in the other video. Feeling like holidays for me is like a fantasy book, or a book that looks really cozy that I can read in winter, or that brings back memories and stuff like that. So for me, this one will be The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I never read The Hobbit, but I've watched the movies and I've watched Lord of the Rings, and I think it was on Christmas holidays with my parents. So this kind of brings back some memories, and it's really cozy and it's a fantasy, so what else could you want in winter? And this for me is just perfect, and I really want to read The Hobbit before the end of the year because I want to get to the Lord of the Rings before my birthday, which is in April of next year, so I have to start hurrying this up, and I decided to read this for the holidays. And look, it's very holiday-ish thingy with the goldens and the whites and then nothing else, but it's very holiday-ish thing. So I'm gonna be naughty again, everybody. And now for the last challenge, the 7th challenge is reindeer. Read a classic book. And I decided to read wait, how do you call this book again? I'm very stupid. I could have translated this myself, but I decided to go check, and it is The English Patient by Michelle Ondaatje. Shame. Okay, so I've never read this book, and this is a classic book, and I've never watched the movie either. I know there's a movie because these are the movie covers editions of the library of the newspaper. But yeah, and I've never read this, and it's really small, and I decided it would probably be nice to read about this kind of dramatic sort of classic story in the winter when everything's dark and you can just immerse yourself in a classic. I love fantasy, but classics are great as well, and to read them in winter is just amazing. And summer I'm not really that classic thingy, but in winter I love reading classics in winter. So I decided to read this, and I think it's a good choice for me. I want to know what this is about. I think this is about this guy that was injured in the Second World War. Yeah, and the young nurse that treats him, and the story of his life and why he was there, and yada yada. And I think it's going to be very interesting. And probably, if I can finish this before the end of the readathon, maybe I'll watch the movie in the holidays. Who knows? So this long video is finally over. Thank you so much for being with me till the end of this TBR. Comment down below if you're going to do this readathon. Please do it, because it is so amazing, and Jasmine has such great ideas and such beautiful maps. I just love it, love it. So comment down below if you are a reindeer, if you're a part of another team. If you like this video, leave a like or subscribe, and happy readings to you all, and great readathons and great holidays to everybody. Bye!